Hi, my name is Carlo and I'm the creator of Actions for Obsidian, a macOS and iOS app which brings the personal knowledge management tool Obsidian into Apple's shortcut system. Actions for Obsidian is the missing link between Obsidian and macOS and later iOS. It adds more than 30 actions to shortcuts for interacting with your notes, daily notes, your vaults and their data. Today I'm going to create a few shortcut workflows to give you an idea what you can do with Actions for Obsidian. When I say I pretty much live in Obsidian, I'm not joking. I use the daily notes feature extensively. Basically, I use my daily note as a command center for the day. Each daily note contains my appointments, things that are due, overdue, coming up. And during the day, I'll jot down the stuff that I did. You know, actual journaling. Now I will quickly show you how to use Obsidian together with shortcuts. In Obsidian, I'm using the built-in Daily Note plugin. I've told the plugin to use a template. This here is my template. I've stripped it down quite a bit for this demo. There is a section where I want the weather to be. There's a section for my appointments, and then there is a section at the end where I'll add my running log over the course of the day. As far as command center templates go, this one is pretty basic. You could also add birthdays or anniversaries and stuff like that here. For example, my actual daily notes template contains some data views, but you get the idea. This is a template with some placeholders. Now, when I tell Obsidian to create a daily note, I can see that this template was used, but of course the note is pretty empty because the placeholders don't do anything. Here's the note for today. The placeholders are still in there. I will now delete this daily note again because from now on we'll use shortcuts to do that. In the Shortcuts app, I start a new workflow. I've named it Start My Day. Now I go to the Apps section and look for Actions for Obsidian. And there we'll find the Create Daily Note action. Now every action needs to know the vault it's supposed to work with. Because I don't like to repeat myself, I'll set up a variable on top now which contains the vault name. For that I'll look for text, but there, testbed is the name of my vault. Set variable, another built-in action. Name the variable vault, and it already contains the text, namely testbed. Looking good, the node was created, so that test went well. Let's delete it and keep working on the shortcut. Now we're gonna find out the current weather from the weather app and add that to the action. Current weather, boop, yes. Now we'll find Actions for Obsidian's Search and Replace in Daily Note action. I tell it the vault to work in, and then I have to tell it to search for the right placeholder. Here it is. Copy, put it in. As the replacement, I'll fetch the current weather conditions. Now let's run the workflow and check the new daily note. Outstanding. Next up, appointments. Let's check my calendar for the day. There's a few appointments here. They look staged, but who knows. I'll pick the Get Upcoming Events from the calendar. There we go. And then I tell it to get all the events for today. Since the result is a list, we'll need the built-in repeat with each action to iterate over the list, so we can deal with each event separately. I'll compile a block of text containing all events as a bullet list, and then we'll add that to the node. So inside the loop, I'll add a text action. Here I want to format the event list entry. I want to start it with a bullet point, then a hashtag, followed by the time and the event title. Start and end date. And last but not least, the title. Then I'll append the text to a variable using the built-in add to variable action. And I will name that variable events. Now, in each iteration of the loop, meaning for each calendar event, a line of text is created and this line is appended to the variable. I again pick the search and replace action. For our bolt, now I get the appointments placeholder. Put it in here, and then I replace it with our new variable events. After deleting the current daily note, let's run it and see our new daily note. And that's it. Now we have an action that we can run in the morning. And this, of course, is a stripped down demo, but I hope I could give you some ideas. Now let's create a shortcut for quickly adding a line to the journal. And while we're at it, let's create another one that creates to-dos. So in shortcuts, I'll start a new workflow. Let's name it add a journal to daily note. I'll start with the built-in ask for input action. The prompt should be, what do you want to log? And we're asking for text, yes. Then I will add a text action. So I can format the input before I append it to the daily note. Let's select variable provided input, thank you. Next I will add the append to daily note action. Then we append the text we just built. And while we're at it, let's ensure there is a new line. This will make sure that the appended text ends with a line break. If the input text already has a line break, fine. But if it didn't, the action will now add one. So let's run it and add a journal entry. What do you want to log? Made a video. Splendid. And now I will duplicate that workflow. Let's change that. There's a checkbox and let's run it. Make more videos. And now I have a to-do logger. I hope this quick video gave you some ideas about what you can do with Actions for Obsidian. I've just scratched the surface here. There are way more actions for data view, for notes, for search, and I will be creating more tutorials in the future where I show you how to get your data into and out of Obsidian. Thank you for your time, and if you have any ideas or questions, please let me know, either in the comments or via the website. I'll leave the links below as you do. And until then, see you around.